Peggy 18.
¿Qué pasa, chavales? Bienvenidos un día más a QrJuegos. Hoy tengo el excelentísimo placer de traeros otro directo de Peace Walker. Y continuamos con Juan. Continuamos con Juan el Serpiente. Dale duro, Juan. Vamos a ello. Nos ponemos. Katsuya Miller. Prefiere seguir yendo de conflicto en conflicto. Que estábamos en Rescata Chico. Rescata Chico. Tenemos ya hasta las 6 chambla. Vale. Buscar anfitrión, no. Vale, estos son Soldados sin Fronteras. Petición de paz, ¿esto qué son? Las cinemáticas hasta el momento. Muy bien, está guay. Castiga al centro de suministros. Vale. Muy bien. Vale, pues nada, sí, continuamos. ¿Dónde nos habíamos quedado? Rescata Chico, vale. Rescata Chico del campo de prisioneros de la aldea de los despiertos e identifica la ruta utilizada para los mercenarios estadounidenses transportar el material nuclear.
Snake, the nukes appear to have left
Bueno, al
the
parecer
coastal
las
marshes
armas
and
han
reached the
sido
mountains
neutralizadas.
around Irazu. But without a guide, it's going to be tough tracking those things in the mountains. So we need you to infiltrate one of their bases, a prison facility.
I hope nothing's happened to Amanda's brother.
I hear you. There may be other Sandinistas held there too. To bring them back safely to MSF, use the Fulton recovery system. As I'm sure you know from experience, it's completely harmless. After all, you won't have time to sit there and convince every single one of them to join.
Hombre, a ver, yo soy muy diplomático, Yo me lío a hostias con ellos y les hago entender,
Confiscated some of the houses in the village. Chico's got to be inside one of them.
Houses, huh? How do I tell which ones?
When they took over the houses, they installed new front doors for security purposes. The new doors are blue, with peepholes, so you can see what's inside.
Blue doors. Got it.
You're getting close to the end of the transport route. Good luck, Snake.
Vale, sí, individual. Vale, tenemos archivos, paz, bosques secos tropicales, Amanda, a ver.
Amanda, how do I get to the prison camp?
First, head up the narrow mountain path. The path will gradually open up and you'll come to a fork in the road. Watch yourself up there. You'll be lower than the surrounding terrain, so if you head down the middle, you'll make for an easy target.
Yeah, thanks for the heads up.
Take the leftward path to reach the prison camp.
What can you tell me about the prison camp?
Well, it used to be a village until they took control of it. It's a maze of paths, so watch out for soldiers on patrol.
I'll be sure not to stop and say hi.
Use the paths carefully, and you should be able to stay out of view.
Where are they holding Chico?
One of the houses, most likely. You can peek through the doors. Just press the action button when the icon appears. You could also listen to any sounds inside for clues.
Good idea.
Guards will still be on the move while you're looking inside. Make sure you don't get caught. And Snake.
I know. I'll bring him back.
Thank you. I know I can count on you.
Vale, a ver qué tiene paz para decir. Bosques secos tropicales.
Areas with a distinct dry season.
like the Pacific coast, have tropical dry forests. During the dry season, the trees drop their leaves. It gives you a clearer view, but at the same time, there are fewer places to hide. So be careful.
Sounds dull.
It is not really. A lot of trees flower during the dry season, including my favorite, the tabebuya. It has these amazingly vivid yellow flowers.
Vale, yo quiero de amarillo entonces, ¿no? De amarillo.
Costa Rica has several active volcanoes, Irasu being one of them.
That's where Camino de Lava comes from, huh?
The tropical dry forests around here are quite different from our rainforests. They lose their leaves in the dry season. Tropical forests are not all thick jungles. A few of them even have cacti. Some of Costa Rica's greatest assets are its diverse forests and natural landscapes. Costa Rica got its first real railroads up and running about 100 years ago. Their primary purpose was to move coffee harvested in the Central Basin to the Caribbean coast.
They built railroads here 100 years ago? That's impressive.
It was even more difficult than you would imagine. Later, they started using the railroads for shipping bananas too. There still might be some branch lines around here. Aldea de los Despiertos means Village of the Awake.
Weird name.
The area is
Todos
littered with coffee
despiertos,
fields.
todavía mascando
And there's
café,
a
pues
factory
normal, los
nearby.
ojos como
The
platos,
villagers
putos
are fans
drogadictos
of
de la
coffee.
cafeína.
So,
Nah, they
¿Ves?
don't
Lo
get much
acabo de
sleep,
adivinar,
huh?
no sabía.
They've got a sense of humor, all right.
I cannot believe they would take over a place like this and use it as a prison. It is unforgivable for both the CIA and the thugs they employ. All the villagers
bueno.
wanted was to live in peace. What gives the CIA the right to crush them like that?
They don't care about anyone's rights but their own. It's just the way some people are.
You really think so?
Don't worry. It just gives me the right to teach them a lesson.
Vale, pues ya está, ¿no? Miller, ¿tienes algo por ahí? El gran líder. Ah, del Che Guevara.
So I hear Amanda mistook you for Che Guevara, Snake. That's not too bad, huh?
Yeah, right. I'm not even worthy of polishing his boots.
Don't be so modest. From where I'm standing, your men see you as a great man.
As great as the century's most complete human being.
That's Sartre, right? Well, there's hardly been a more iconic figure of his times than Che.
Oh, he was more than that. He was a true revolutionary and a great warrior.
I'm with you there. Can you believe that when he first went to Cuba with Fidel, they had only 12 guys with them?
But they rallied. They brought in new recruits, won the support of the peasants, expanded their organization.
And in the end, they overthrew the Batista regime.
People flocked to them because they were honest. They won because they were strong. Those are the qualities that make men great.
You know, we're kind of in the same boat they were back then. Here we are, a handful of mercenaries taking on an army backed by the United States.
Yeah, we've got a long way to go.
But we've got to keep on going. It's not just about winning in battle. You need to think about recruiting people and growing this operation.
Got it.
Boss, did you ever read Che Guevara's book, Guerrilla Warfare?
I can't remember if I got to that one or not.
You should have. That's why I lent it to you. A lot of the guerrilla tactics it covers apply to sneaking missions too. Che was one of the first people to articulate the theory of guerrilla warfare. C.E. Lawrence of Arabia, was another one. And Mao Zedong and his On Protracted War. Theory aside, Nicaragua's General Sandino was one of the first to put guerrilla tactics into practice, which explains why the Sandinistas named themselves after him.
If you think about it, guerrilla warfare itself has been around since ancient times. There's only so many ways a small group can upset a large army.
There was a samurai in Japan who excelled in guerrilla warfare.
No kidding.
Tsunoki Masashige. He was a warrior who lived in the medieval era. He used unconventional tactics to help overthrow the Kamakura shogunate.
Like what?
Trojan horse-style maneuvers and decoys to confuse the enemy. The best one was when the enemy was climbing the castle walls. He dumped boiling water and human excrement on them.
Huh, sounds great. Let's put it in the MSF playbook.
You're not serious, are you, boss?
Why not? We've got plenty of crap to unload.
Yeah. I'll think about it. The year the Cuban Revolution was won, Che visited Japan as a member of an economic delegation. While he was there, he visited Hiroshima.
Hiroshima?
Since he was there to discuss economic issues, Hiroshima wasn't part of the original itinerary. Some said the Ministry of Foreign Affairs didn't want to let him go, but he went anyway. He snuck out of his hotel and took an overnight train.
Traveling guerrilla style. Sounds like Che, all right.
He visited the Peace Memorial Museum and the Atomic Bomb Survivors Hospital. Apparently it gave him quite a shock. As a doctor, it must have been painful for him to see how the victims suffered.
Nukes destroy everything.
He was quoted as saying, "They put you through this, and still you do whatever America says." Those words really hit me hard, especially when I think of my mom. He said something else, too. Let us all love Hiroshima and its people.
I can believe it. Che never managed to numb himself to other people's pain. That's why people loved him. And why he died.
Hombre, también eran puto terroristas, no me jodas. Las cosas como son, están aquí, guau, rezando al Che como... Sí, el Che era muy grande, el Che como jefe político y militar era la hostia. Pero era un puto asesino, no me jodas.
That bandana you're always wearing, that thing's a real antique. Ever think about getting a new one?
This one's fine.
Come on, we can't have our boss wearing a raggedy old thing like that.
It was a gift, okay? It wouldn't be right to get rid of it.
It was. Okay then. Speaking of which, Che supposedly had a black scarf he used to take everywhere with him.
A scarf?
One of his comrades gave it to him when he broke his arm in battle. Che used that silk scarf as a sling, and the comrade who gave it to him became his second wife.
Alida, right?
Even after his arm healed up, he never went anywhere without that scarf. What about you? You get that bandana from someone special?
No, nothing like that. It's important to me. That's
Es
all.
la bandana, para ti es la bandana, chaval. Tú llevas la bandana en la frente. Vale, estos son ops, tipo de soldados enemigos. Joder, tío, es que hay un montón. Y tengo distancia en combate. A ver, distancia en combate. A ver esto.
Enemies will try to fight you from different distances, based on the weapon they've got equipped. When you meet an enemy, get a good look at what they're carrying. It can make or break your chances in battle.
Joder, tío.
Enemies carrying handguns and shotguns will try and get in close. That makes them dangerous, but at the same time, easier to hit. Keep your wits about you, and you can turn a threat into an opportunity. Enemies carrying assault rifles and machine guns will usually fire at you from farther away. Use whatever cover you can find, then return fire with a few well-placed shots of your own. Don't expect enemies carrying sniper rifles or rocket launchers to get up close and personal. They'll be constantly moving from place to place looking for an opening to snipe at you. Tricky bastards. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. Go with the sniper rifle. Make sure you stay out of their line of sight, and when they expose themselves, take them down.
Okie dokie.
Amanda and her crew tell me they've managed to identify several different categories of mercenaries employed by the CIA.
Give me a rundown. Sounds like info I could use.
No problem. I'll go through them in order. The type of enemy you'll be seeing most is the type that patrols and guards a specific operational area. For the sake of convenience, Amanda's crew calls the outdoor ones patrolmen and the indoor ones guards. They might look like they're just out for a stroll, but don't be fooled. They're sharper than they look. All of their senses are finely honed. Normally, they'll patrol along fixed routes, but when the alert level is raised, they'll assume a more efficient alert posture and focus on defending specific points. That's bad for you. Obviously, they can hold their own in combat, and with body armor, it'll be even harder to take them down. If they're wearing a bulletproof helmet, you can forget about one-shot kills. Just a heads up. You'll need to be smart about using camo and pick your routes. The most important thing is to avoid detection. When the enemy spots you and goes on alert, they may call in a backup strike team. These assault teams are heavily armed, well-trained, and highly dangerous. Amanda's crew calls them commandos. Unlike the patrolmen, these guys will actively, relentlessly track and hunt you down like hounds.
Hounds to hunt a former foxhound. Bring it on.
They won't give up easily even if they lose sight of you. They'll clear out any likely hiding places they come across. So don't get too comfy in one spot, or you might get caught again. Keep your eyes fixed on them and what they're doing. Also, be aware that commando gear includes body armor, so don't think you can deal with them by going in guns blazing.
All I've got to do is find an exposed weak point, and...
Exactly. There are areas out there where enemy soldiers are deployed in multiple layers for extra coverage. More than a few of those will be attacking you from a distance, rooftops and far-off vantage points. Try not to get too distracted by nearby enemies, because you could be leaving yourself wide open to longer-range attacks.
I'll be careful.
Joder.
We know there are variations in the kinds of gear patrolmen and commandos wear, especially the body armor. Our scouts report that an enemy's defense and firing accuracy are directly proportional to how heavy their gear is.
Those must be the guys with the highest combat skills. They can fight in heavier gear without their performance suffering.
Supposedly, it's pretty easy to tell the difference in gear just by looking. So remember, use extra caution when dealing with enemies wearing heavy gear.
Ya, menos mal. Joder. A ver, un repaso. Vale, eso ya está. Joder, menos mal. Vale, ¿esto qué es? Volcán, Costa Rica, camino de lava. Preparación de la misión. Vale, tenemos a Snake, claramente. Selva, cemento, pantano, tierra, piedra. Piedra B. Piedra B. Ruinas B. Piedra A. El kaki. Raya tigre. B. A. En ruinas. Agua en pantano. Vale. El kaki es el único que me da tipo ahí en arena. Tierra y selva. No sé cómo está la historia. Pantano, ruinas. Selva. Arena, selva, es que claro, se supone que es... No sé qué decirte, tío. Voy a ponerme este, venga, va. Vale, ¿qué es lo que tengo? Equipación, analizador, sistema Fulton y ración. Algo va a ponerme aquí. Caja del amor, prismáticos. La cámara... No, aquí no. Aquí la cámara. Vale, aquí me gustaría ponerme el Wallman. Me falta algo, ¿verdad? Ay, no me he puesto esto, tío. Buah, mucho peso. El M16 a 1. Sí, claro, no quiero matar a nadie, tío. Cargador vacío de aturdimiento, el M1, por si hay que pegar un muchazo a alguien en la cabeza. Y el MK22. O me pongo el... Nada, voy a ponerme el M16 y ya está, que es más ligero. Vale, el Wallman me lo pongo porque quiero probar. O me quito el Wallman y lo pruebo en otro momento. Va, en otro momento. Vale, opciones, esto nada. Empezar misión. Joder, por fin. Madre mía. Media hora, tío. Bueno, 20 minutos. Los briefings se me hacen muy pesados, tío, pero muy pesados. Mira, pues sigue siendo selva.
Chico's in a prison camp north of here. Head north if you want to find Chico. We gotta save Chico, Snake. It's to our benefit, you know.
Boss, please. You have to help Chico.
Please, Snake, help Chico.
Press the attack button near the enemy to initiate close quarters combat. We're counting on you, boss.
They're using that village as a prison now.
We gotta save Chico, Snake. It's to our benefit, you know.
Vale, hay que pasar esta zona, ¿no? Vale, estamos camino de lava. Perfecto. Ah, pues. Vale. Vamos. ¡Vamos, Juan!
Start talking.
Así es, que esto es lo que buscas, ¿eh?
Start talking.
Te diré dónde está el objeto, pero no me hagan daño, por favor.
Start talking.
Mira en tu mapa, pero aleja ese tenedor de plástico de mi cara.
Start talking. Freeze.
Al suelo, chaval. Go, go.
Not enough room, huh? We'll keep it here at the base.
Analizador. Espera, voy a... Segundo. ¿Qué es? ¿Médico tipo C? Hombre, C. Joder, quítame la mierda esta, por favor. C siempre es mejor que D, eso está claro. Eliminar... Un segundito, si es que voy a quitar... El que me avise. Tengo las notificaciones puestas, voy a quitar las 3 horas y ya está. Así que no me lleguen, tío, son muy pesados. Vale, tipo C, vamos a ver si hay alguno más y si eso pues me lo llevo.
Start talking.
Hablaré.
Start talking.
Ay, la opción buscar enemigos es útil para explorar.
Start talking.
La opción buscar enemigos es útil para explorar. ¿Pero qué opción es esa?
Start talking.
¡Que me respondas, cojones! ¿Qué opción es esa?
Freeze.
Quieto, parado. Te estoy apuntando en el ojete, cuidado, que el supositorio es de plomo. Nachos. Fuck yeah. Nachos sabrosos, rico, rico y delicioso. Vale. Escaneándote el culo. A ver de qué nivel eres. De inteligencia C. Bueno, pues no está mal, ¿eh? Inteligencia C. ¿Qué coño es eso? Vale, es una mariposa. Vale, nada por aquí para llevarse, ¿no? Pasa que, claro, ha dicho opción de buscar enemigos. ¿Qué coño es eso?
That basin will leave you completely exposed.
Vale, wait.
Position snipers there. Better be careful.
Anda, francotiradores, no me jodas.
They're using that village as a prison now.
Mira, me lo llevo. Y el otro también. Porque uno es médico y el otro es de inteligencia.
Fulton recovery helicopter is complete.
A pastar, chaval, ya nos vemos. Nice to meet you, nice to meet you. Pórtese bien en la base y no me la líen. Y no me la líen. Que os inflo a hostias, cabrones. Ahora, che que voy. Haberme dejado el otro traje, tío. Mira, esto ya es más árido, ¿ves? Pero coño, claro, yo me esperaba algo árido. ¡Hostia puta! Madre mía, eso podría haber sido mi cabeza. Dios mío, qué miedito. ¿Eh? No tengo fusil francotirador, ¿sabes?
I heard something. Freeze.
Shh. Spy. El mochazo en la cabeza, chaval. Si es que tengo una puntería, bro. Madre mía, qué puntería tengo. Pedazo de mochazo. El mate, ay, qué rico y delicioso, sí. Ay. Pero vamos a escanear a este. A ver qué me dice tu culo. ¿De qué nivel eres? ¿Eres de nivel E de combate? Vaya mierda de tío. ¡Quieto parado! ¡Coño! Que hay aquí prisioneros. Claro, no los estoy interrogando. Chaval, ¿tú qué eres? ¿Te escaneo el culo o qué? A ver qué me dice tu culo, ¿qué eres? Escaneando trasero. ¿Eres de tipo C? ¿En serio? ¿Mecánico? Mira, te vas para arriba porque sí. Pásalo bien, ¿eh? No hagas maldades, o por lo menos espera que yo llegue. Este es médico de... Bueno, vamos allá arriba. ¿Cómo llego allá arriba? No. Uy, ¿cómo llego allá arriba, tío? Médico de... No sé, no me convence un médico de...
Chico's in a prison camp north of here.
¿Y este qué era? Que no me acuerdo. Ingeniero, ¿verdad? Ah, sí, este era... Mira, calla. Vale, pues nada, tío. Me piro. Es que médico de... que venga, me lo voy a llevar porque necesito tropa. Pues estamos empezando, ¿eh? Pero ya cuando llevemos un rato, que le den por el ojete, ¿eh? A pillar a cualquier mierdecilla, hombre. A ver, vamos a ver. Estamos ahí, pasamos a la siguiente zona, que es objetivo destino. Muy bien. Vale, perfecto. Ahí no se puede, no se puede, no se puede. Vale. Ok, let's go. Oh, musiqueta. Zona de acción.
Chico's in one of these houses. You've got to find him, Snake.
Joder, acóplate, cabrón. Vale.
What was that?
¿Qué ha sido eso? ¿Quién anda ahí?
Start talking.
Ay, quiero ir contigo, reclútame. Ay, por favor, estoy de tu parte, ¿de acuerdo?
Start talking.
No me hagas daño, ¿sí? No me importa unirme. De hecho, mira, me gusta hasta el uniforme. Ah, vale, ¿qué podrías perder, eh?
Start talking.
Aparte de recursos y tal, y meter un infiltrado en tu... Quiero decir, no pierdes nada. Vale. La suelta la plata. La suelta. Que te he dicho que te quedes quieto, hostia. Suelta la plata, cojones. Venga, tírale. Más dinero, más dinero. Hombre, que me tengo que costear un ejército yo solo, ¿sabes? Madre mía del amor hermoso. Por cierto, ¿qué eres tú, eh? Que te analice el culo. Oigo a alguien por la derecha. Eres de médico. Joder, ¿en serio? Vaya puta mierda.
To check inside a house, press the action button in front of the door.
Hello, ¿hay ahí? ¿No hay nadie? Vale, vale.
I know I saw something.
Sé que he visto algo. Cago en la mar. ¿Qué hago? ¿Aviso a los compañeros o algo como que no he visto nada? ¿Me hago el tonto? Sí, yo creo que esa será la mejor opción. Voy a hacer como que no he visto nada. Y así no sufriré daño. Ay.
Start talking.
¡Ah! No, por favor, please, no me hagas daño.
Start
Ay,
talking.
ay, me está haciendo daño. No sé nada, joder. Ay, ay, si ya me he hecho antes el monguis para que no me hicieras nada. Ay, sabía que estabas ahí. Venga, por favor, no sé nada, te lo juro. Ay, que he tenido un mal sueño. Ay, uy, no, vale, no era un mal sueño. Joder, vale, ya me voy al suelo ya, tranquilo. Nachos. ¡Ah, ah! Deliciosa. Una cervecita de nachos y aguacate. Uf. Vale, vale. Bueno, es que los buenos no van a salirme hasta saber cuándo, ¿sabes?
What was that?
¿Quién anda por ahí?
Start talking.
¡Ay! 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 ¡No! ¡Ay!
Start talking.
Porfa, cuidado con el tenedor de plástico. ¡Ay! Soy de hablar de esto. Toma. Ay, Mari, no me ha gustado. Tranquilo, ¿eh? Cuanto más uses un arma, más fácil será aprovechar al máximo sus ¿qué? ¿Puedes repetir? Aprovechar su máximo potencial, ¿sabes? O sea, esto es como un del soft scroll. Contra más uses el hierro, más manejo tienes, como en la vida real y tal, ¿sabes? Así que ven mucho al campo de tiro, entrena y eso, y de puta madre. Serás un clase S en todo. ¡Ay! Pero que te lo acabo de decir, joder. ¡Ah! Vale, hombre, vale. Joder, ya voy, ya me tiro al suelo. Te pongas violento, no te pongas violento. Hay que joderse con el payo del tuerto este de los cojones. Ahí. Es una mierda, este no me lo llevo. Este es un mierda.
Supposedly, the houses being used to hold prisoners have been fitted with blue doors.
¡Ahí, ahí, ahí! Nada. Anestésicos, bien, me gusta. Ya me podría llevar el carro este, ¿eh? En el 5 le metes el fultón al carro y te lo llevas, ¿eh? Aquí de momento creo que no. Pero en el 5 es una pasada, ¿eh? Como tengas un fultón en condiciones, mejorado, te llevas hasta tanques y todo, tío. Juan no se corta un pelo. Bueno, a Hub no se corta un pelo, tío. Te llevas un tanque y se lo lleva. Perdón, es que me equivoqué de botón, ¿eh? Ahora. ¡Cobarde! ¡Lucha como un hombre! ¡Ay! ¡Déjame! ¡Déjame o me haré los calzoncillos otra vez! ¡No! ¡Todo culpa tuya! ¡Ah! Responsable de esto. ¡Ah! ¡Cago en todo! ¡Ah! Y se durmió. Venga, va, esto es un atraco, chaval. Suelta la plata. ¡Quieto, parado! Te meto en el culito. Joder, vaya mierda de... Vaya mierda de tíos, te lo juro. Acóplate mañana, ¿eh? Hoy no, mañana. Gracias. Tardo menos saliendo. Vale, este sabemos que no es. Y el del fondo tampoco. Vale, pues voy a ir llevándome a la vasca. Porque si no es ni esta ni la otra, te es la intermedia. Vale, este es de enfermería. Vale. Vale, mecánico, arriba. No, lo siento, tío, pero no te vienes. Lo siento, chaval. No es por ti, ¿sabes? Es por mí. Es que, joder, gente tan loser no la quiero en mi equipo. Que luego me llaman manco, ¿sabes? A ver, se están duchando. ¿Qué está haciendo?
Who's there? Who's there?
Se creía que era una chava y ha visto que tenía cola de chogui, ¿no? ¿Tú qué eras? Ah, sí, tú eras de nivel bajito, ¿verdad? Joder, ¿dónde está Chico, tío? Solo hay 3, ¿no? Ah, hostia, vale, esta no la he mirado. ¡Ahí, ahí, ahí!
Chico, is that you?
Sí, era aquí. Que esa justamente no la había visto. ¡Quieto, parado!
Who's there?
Enano coñón, eres tú. Venga, va, vámonos.
George,
Chico.
photographer.
That's right, a war photographer.
Sí, sí, yo hago fotos. Veo una tía en bikini y hago fotos. Veo un culo en pompa y hago fotos. Veo un colibrí volando y hago fotos.
Whoa, is that
Sí,
chest?
está
Can I
impresionado,
see
¿eh?
it? Wow, the same kind of chair used.
You can't keep it, kid. Here, have these instead.
Those photos. Huh. Oh no, Amanda.
She's safe.
Amanda,
Don't worry.
¿eh?
You sure?
We're patching her up back at my place.
She's hurt?
I said, don't worry. It's just a broken leg.
You got any cigarettes? A cigar, huh? Hey!
It's not for kids.
No es para chavales, chaval.
Chico, do you know where they took the cargo?
Cargo? What cargo?
Let me rephrase that. How do they get stuff from the coast up here?
Oh, that I can tell you. When the cargo gets to the harbor, they first send it up the marshes on a barge. Then, they load it onto a jungle train past the banana plantation and transport it by
Tía, se
rail.
parece... Lo estaba pensando hoy. Se parece el mapa que usa. El juego se parece mogollón al topográfico que tengo yo en el Wikilog, tío.
Disappears. Chico, what's on the other side of that tunnel?
Nobody knows. None of our compas ever got close enough. He's protected by a spirit.
Spirit.
Yeah, a giant monster. El basilisco.
Oh, muy bien. Colibrí, basilisco, lo siguiente, ¿qué? Son todos nombres de bichos.
No, really, I saw it. I was camping up there one day, and just as I was waking up around dawn, I heard this loud noise. I opened my eyes and saw an enormous shadow. Must have been 30 bara at least. He was walking, on legs as big as trees.
Where did you see it?
At the terminal near the tunnel. But I only saw it that one time.
What exactly were you doing there?
Well, me and my sister got into a fight.
And you just happened to go camping.
You know, their train should be arriving at the place I saw El Basilisco right about now.
Is it far?
No, really. Go past the coffee plantation, and it'll be to the north. What are you chasing?
Something that could keep the world in balance. Or destroy it.
Huh?
I heard that place was a narcotics plant before those guys took it over. But you already knew that, didn't you? Look, I get it. Even revolutionaries need to pay the bills. Still, must be tough for a kid like you to swallow.
You're damn right it is. The route they use to transport stuff is the same one mi viejo used to smuggle drugs. They sold the drugs to the Norte Americanos and used the profits to fund the army. They tried to keep it hidden from me.
Is that why you went camping?
Yes. I managed to sneak into the plant a few times and I tried to set it on fire. Everyone treats me like a child. I couldn't stand it anymore. I'm not a kid, I'm 12.
Couldn't do it though, could you? Chico, growing up means choosing how you're gonna live your life. To do the right thing, you sometimes have to leave the things you care about behind. Parents, family, your homeland.
Mi viejo. Papa.
Chico, look at the photos.
Mi viejo.
He's gone. But there's one thing you don't ever leave behind. Your memories. Keep them safe. You want to get out of here, Chico?
I do, but
Come back with me. Your sister's waiting for you.
I can't go back. I can't face everybody.
You told them where your compas are. I see. Nothing to be ashamed of. Pain gets the better of us all.
I wish I was dead.
Okay then. I'll put you out of your misery.
What?
Any last words? Shoot. You are only going to kill a man. I just wasted a bullet. Don't waste your life.
Ahora, toma, lección de vida, chaval.
Listen to me, Chico. You died here today. You understand? You're hombre nuevo. A new man. Now, give that new life to me.
Huh?
Fight with me, little soldier. Show me how strong you really are. Dry your tears, then promise me one thing. No smoking until you get older. Remember, real heroes are never as polished as the legends that surround them.
You got it, boss.
Snake is fine.
Dame, no, que es Juan. Toma, toma por el ojete. Rescate de Chico completado. Pin, pirin, pin. Muy bien. Para el tiempo tarda una barbaridad. Tipo, claro, he tardado una barbaridad de tiempo, imagínate. Yo que me lo tomo todo con parsimonía. Aquí, a no ser que corra. Pues mirad, alertas, enecidos moribundos, tal, 000. O sea, eso tendría que, vamos, tendría que haberme dado un huevo de puntuación, pero como soy tan lento, pasa lo que pasa. Aquí es que te recompensan matar e ir rápido. Full, guay, deprisa, deprisa. Disermo, ¿cómo es? Planos, marca, suministro, apoyo. Ataque de apoyo. Hostia, muy bien. Aldea de los despiertos.
Snake, Chico made it over.
Snake!
Chico, you made it.
Made it. Don't give me that.
Aldea de
Say
los
you're gonna give me a
despiertos.
new life, and then you nearly kill me.
I take it you didn't enjoy the trip.
What's the big idea? Dragging me off in a balloon. I might as well have taken a Calibri.
At least you got a nice view. Or are you afraid of heights?
Whatever. I just wish you would explain it to me first.
Would you have agreed to go if I did?
Thank you for saving us, Snake.
Amanda, a word of advice.
What?
Stop treating him like a child.
Yes. Yes, I know. You're right. I shouldn't.
Amanda, you're coming back after your leg heals, right?
Of course. We still have work to do.
We, huh? Are you sure you've got Chico's future in mind when you say that?
What do you mean? We're sworn to our father's cause, to helping the revolution succeed.
Revolution or no revolution, you pick up a gun and sooner or later you're going to hell. Are you prepared for that?
I am. If the alternative is giving up the country I love, I'll take hell.
Really? Well then, you're gonna have to stop treating Chico like a brother and start treating him like a soldier.
You're right.
Welcome to hell.
Snake, can I ask you a favor?
Shoot.
You find any prisoners from El Frente, you bring him back alive. Cause...
You're trying to make amends for talking.
Not just that. Because they're compas.
All right. But first, I've got to catch up to that cargo.
I'll do whatever I can to help. Call me if there's anything you need to know about the area.
And what?
Let me know if you encounter any wildlife you've never seen before.
Never seen before? What, like that basilisco you were talking about?
I'm talking about UMAs.
UMAs?
You know, like ancient dinosaurs or legendary monsters.
Es que es un creo.
One day, I'm going to be a hunter.
Is that right? Okay, sure.
If you want to know more, I'm happy to tell you.
Right. I'll be in touch, Chico.
Okay, Snake. The enemy's cargo is headed for the next outpost, a rail terminal.
Chico says no one's ever set foot past there.
Their main base is probably on the other side of that tunnel. Unless we catch those spears before reaching it, they'll be in enemy hands. You've got to stop them. Hurry, Snake.
Siempre prisas, siempre prisas.
Boss, I had an idea. Listen to this.
Te escucho, te escucho.
You want to start running ads in the local gossip rags.
Please, what do you take me for? I thought that with all the new guys we've got, we should get an intel team going. We'd send agents around the country to scout out different locations.
Ah, hombre,
that
claro.
way we're better prepared, no matter where we end up.
That's actually not a bad idea.
They could probably develop recon equipment for us too. We could also have them transport goods and direct the mother base support strikes. You can send an item to a co-op teammate from the delivery menu.
A ver, sí, vamos a la Mother Base. Vale, echemos un ojo. Chico, cuando sea mayor quiero ser cazador. Pues nada. Servicio de entrega está disponible en el menú de entrega. Muy bien. Suministro de apoyo está disponible en el suministro de apoyo. Ataque de apoyo está disponible en ataque de apoyo. Y la base de datos, pues en la base de datos. Equipo de inteligencia. Muy bien. Chico, alistado. Armas fijas, marcador de suministros de apoyo. Vale. Marcador de suministros de apoyo para colocar cuando lo hayas hecho. Pulsa RT para recibir munición y objetos. Si usas demasiado se reduce el heroísmo. Me la pela. Armas fijas, listo para el desarrollo. Coste de desarrollo 2900. Muy bien. Comprar los ajustes de fecha de tu Xbox 360 si no son correctos. El problema es de la entrega. Entrega te permite enviar armas y objetos de recuperación. ¿Vale? Bueno, pero esto no habrá nadie jugando hoy en día. Esto no. Además no tengo amigos que lo jueguen, así que nada, olvídate. Descarta esa opción. Vale, inteligencia. Datos Mother Base, estado de la Mother Base. Centro de mando lo tenemos aún, no llega al 70, sí, 70%, vale. Vale. Datos del jugador, ver estado del jugador. Perfil, este soy yo. ¿Registro de qué? Ah, ya. Oh, vaya mierda. Vale, a ver, ¿qué tengo aquí? ¿Quieres ver el tutorial de inteligencia? Venga, va, muéstramelo. El equipo de inteligencia se encarga de los suministros de ataques de apoyo. Para recibir ayuda usa el marcador de registros de apoyo o un marcador de apoyo, vale. Perfecto. Cuando el mayor sea el nivel, más suministros podrás transportar y más potentes serán los ataques. Vale. Además, al desplegarlos en una misión recibirás información sobre enemigos y prisioneros. Muy bien. Aquí termina. Mira, esto no lo sabía yo. Vale, chico, ¿qué eres? Bueno, chaval. Hay inteligencia. Hostias. ¿Cómo se parece a este? ¿Cómo se llamaba? Al de Sorrow, tío. Vale, este es de combate. Vale, esta es mi duda. Estoy por meterlo en... Pasa que claro, lo bueno que tiene es que es esta. Claro, es que en verdad este es mejor de ingeniero. Este es médico. Uf, médicos que tengo son muy wow, Cocinero. Uf, estos son malísimos, tío. Por favor. Qué horror, qué horror. Vale, ¿qué tenemos para construir? Armas. C4. Vale. A ver la puta, a ver cuándo puedo construir. Luego esto es el mate, tal. A ver cuándo puedo construir. Mira, este ya está más o menos reparado. Solo puedo eso, tío. Vaya mierda. A ver, un poquito de agua. Tengo sed. Sigue al tren de la selva. Dígete inmediatamente a la estación de tren de la selva del Cadalso y ten el cargamento nuclear antes de que llegue a la base enemiga de Irazu. Vale.
Snake, according to Chico, the nuclear materials will be loaded from a train and onto a truck at a rail terminal near the eastern foot of Irazu. If we can't cut him off at that terminal, we'll be in a world of hurt. Hurry, Snake.
Vale, sí, en individual. A ver, estos son lugares. Irazu. Vale. Archivos. Paz.
The CIA has taken control of this coffee factory too, all to produce its drugs. It was famous once for its fine beans.
Cafe tal aroma encantado. Enchanting aroma, huh?
See, once we have thrown the mercenaries out of Costa Rica, I know it will make wonderful coffee again. And then you must come and try some, Snake.
Sounds great. I wouldn't mind a cup of Joe after
Bueno, me he
all this
tomado ahora un
is
café
over.
que flipas, ¿sabes? Pero si lo tomo luego no duermo, tío.
What is wrong?
No, I just remembered this guy I knew who wasn't big on coffee. English. Get rid of that muddy water and get a cup of black tea down your gob, he'd say.
That is too bad for him. It is delicious.
Cadalso.
As I said before, building railroads in Costa Rica was a dangerous job. A lot of men died, and sometimes they stopped work altogether. This is one of those places. They had to cut through steep terrain, so when they finally made it through, they just built the rail terminal right there. And that is why they named it...
El Cadalso. The gallows. Charming. I'm surprised the construction money didn't dry up the way things were going.
Actually, it did. But the bananas helped complete it. So they say.
You mean the energy the workers got from eating bananas? Oh, I suppose they do have plenty of vitamins and...
Hombre, en verdad es potasio,
I meant
¿sabes?
the money they got to finish it came from exporting bananas.
Ya le veo a este comiendo
One thing
bananas
is
todo
for
el día,
certain.
¿sabes? Ahí,
The owners of the
la fruta
railroads
dorada.
expanded into the banana trade after construction was completed. That was the start of banana cultivation in Costa Rica.
Si fuera eso verdad, yo estaría siempre a tope, ¿sabes? Y estoy que doy 2 pasos y me duermo. Vale, Amanda.
Amanda, do you know the way to the rail terminal?
Remember the locomotive by the fork in the road before the village?
Yeah, back in the jungle.
Follow the train tracks from there, and you'll come to the terminal. But there's a plant along the way.
Disguised as a coffee factory?
Yes. It is their drug refining plant. La CIA controls it now. Cutting through there is the shortest way, but it'll be crawling with soldiers. If you want to go around...
No, forget it. If that's the shortest way, that's the way I'll take. Besides, it's one of their bases. It'll be good intel.
Very good. A number of guards at the plant are positioned on high walkways. Be sure to study their movements before you advance.
Or I could just snipe them first.
The plant's layout is another maze, I'm afraid. Stay cool. Make your way out of the plant and you'll arrive at the terminal.
You know a lot about this place.
What are you saying? I've been there before, when the KGB ran it, yes. But it is not as if I enjoyed it.
No, I just meant you know a lot about how the enemy works.
I hope so. Anyway, did you talk to Chico about the terminal?
He said it's where they transfer the cargo onto trucks.
Meaning the facility is of considerable importance to them. Don't get careless.
I won't.
By the way, I've heard of a shortcut that cuts straight to the coffee factory, to the east of the village, but I've never used it myself. Check it out if you're interested.
Thanks for the tip.
Chico.
The supply staging point is at the eastern foot of Irasu. There's a rail terminal there. They'll probably transfer the nuke from the train onto a truck.
Gotcha. I'll have to catch them while they're moving the cargo.
But you might run into El Basilisco. Keep your eyes peeled, Snake.
An 80-foot-tall walking behemoth. The CIA's new weapon?
Could be. Too bad it's not actually a dinosaur. I think they're testing it up at the base on top of the mountain.
I met a guy in Russia who described it as a metal gear linking infantry and artillery.
Metal Gear.
I've got a bad feeling about this. Like maybe it's connected to everything that's happening here somehow.
The nukes? You don't think...
What else could it be? If it is up there, I'll just have to improvise. Either way, I won't know until I get there.
Watch your back, Snake.
Preparación de la misión. Vale. Tigre, el mío. B, piedra. Coño está el tigre, tío. A ver. Pantano y arena. Nada, voy a ponerme el otro.
Survival.
Vale, tengo full tonificador, cargadores, tal, ración. Sí.
The train terminal is on the other side of the coffee factory. Head for the factory first. To get to the coffee factory, you'll first need to backtrack to the fork in the road.
Freeze.
Que me pillan, tú.
Not enough room, huh? We'll keep it here at the base.
Vale, ¿este nivel es? Joder, es una C, tío. Es que engaña mucho.
Start talking.
No sé nada, te lo juro.
Start talking.
No sé nada. Por favor, déjeme.
Start talking.
Se los ruego.
Start talking. Freeze.
Yo que me ve. A ver, ¿qué eres? Pues mira, este sí me lo llevaré.
Start talking.
¡Cobarde!
Start talking.
¡Por la gloria de mi madre! ¡Déjame, coño!
Start talking. Freeze.
Vale, a ver, ¿este qué es? Vale, es de... Pues al final me los voy a terminar llevando todos, tío, hasta que tengamos una Mother Base como Dios manda. Spooky, quiero ir contigo. ¿Tú también? ¿Que soy los mismos todo el rato? Son los mismos todo el rato, diría yo.
Freeze.
A ver, este me has dicho que sí me lo iba a llevar, ¿no? ¿Dónde está? Este.
Fulton recovery subject confirmed onboard helicopter.
Vale, es una E. Es que joder, una E es muy poco. Es que me parece tan poco, tío.
Fulton recovery helicopter is complete.
Vale, ¿dónde tengo que ir? Tengo que ir a la derecha, vale. Tengo dos caminos. Vale, vamos a ir primero por este y luego si eso pues volvemos. Y ya está. Ah, no puedo ir por
Fulton
aquí.
recovery sub start by making your way to the coffee factory.
¿No puedo ir por aquí?
I wish there was something I could do. Be strong, Snake.
And when you shot me, I really thought I was done for.
The train terminal is on the other side of the coffee factory. Head for the factory first.
Sí, voy por aquí porque no sé ir por el otro lado. Soy un imbécil. No sé cómo llegar. Voy por aquí ya.
There's a coffee factory to the northeast. Beyond that is a train terminal.
Y ya está.